We got some news about Bruce Irvin Quinton Bohanna and an offensive lineman that we elevated from the practice squad. But before we go any further,
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
and what just happened is your boy got the prime 21s today. Shout out to my guy, John Allison. Had a little, scuffle in the comment section. It was all love. The prime 21s came up. He donated, and here they are. I'm telling you, man, who is swag if I ain't swag? Who is one of the best Lions YouTubers to do it on the platform right now? That would be me. Anyway, man, these feel good. You feel like a whole different person with them on, man. And they're heavy, they're nice, non-sponsored, but I should be. Holla at Coach Prime, man. Sign your boy up. I might have to reach out for an affiliate link if they do that. But anyway, let's get into the video. Coming from the Detroit Lions Twitter account a few hours ago, since Lions have elevated offensive lineman Michael Neese from the practice squad to the active-inactive roster. Now, this is a guy that we're going to bring up, I would assume, to not replace Frank Ragnow, but we're going to have Graham probably play center, which is going to open up one of the guard spots. So I'm thinking this guy is going to see some action tomorrow. But bigger news than that is there's a couple people that's missing from this tweet as regards to being elevated from the practice squad to the active roster. And that would be the land before time himself, the guy that was fined his entire check for the hit on Derek Carr, the guy who may have won us the game in Bruce the Land Before Time Irvin. He did have an ankle injury that was looked not to keep him out of the game, and I don't think that's why he's out, because I think that he was going to be good to go in regards to that ankle injury. I think that there's something else that is probably the reason that he is out and will not be in tomorrow's game. Check this out, and this is something that we have to keep in mind going forward with the rest of the season and into the playoffs. This is the practice squad rules for the 2023 NFL season. If a player is elevated a fourth time, which is what Quinton Bohanna would have been, they must be signed to the 53-man roster. After the first 3 games, the player reverts to the practice squad. Players who are elevated must pass through waivers. If they pass through waivers, they are eligible for another 3 games, regular or postseason. So this is going to be Quinton Bohanna's his 4th elevation. And if they do that, then he's going to have to either be signed to the 53-man roster or pass through waivers. If they clear waivers, they can come back to the practice squad. With the way Quinton is playing, is that a risk the Detroit Lions want to take? Now, what they could be doing is trying to figure out what they have with Bucks, what they have with some other guys. Okay, I feel like it's possible Isaiah Bucks could be cut before the season is over, because Quinton Bohanna comes in and this guy immediately is elevated. And this was his 3rd elevation. So tomorrow's game against the Chicago Bears would have been elevation number 4. So they still could sign him to the 53-man roster. Maybe they're trying to see how Bugs does, or someone else, to maybe cut that person, waive that person, and bring Bohanna up as well. Now, here's the thing about Bruce Irvin. Bruce Irvin, 36. The Lions have 3 more games before they have to make the same decision, right? So we're going into game 5. We have 5 games left. How many of those 5 are Bruce Irvin? Is he going to be elevated to the for game day elevation? And if you're looking about it, okay, you want to get this guy ready for the playoffs and stuff like that, do you want to risk it? So I think that the Lions are trying to see what they have in Isaiah Bugs, because let's be real, we don't know what's happening with Isaiah. It was drama before the season. He didn't play, then he did, then he hasn't played. Now he may or may not tomorrow. We'll know that at 11:30 a.m. whether or not we'll get that's when we'll get the active, inactive list. Now, with Quinton not being in the game, I would assume Isaiah is going to be elevated. This, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Could this be the last time we see Isaiah Bugs in the Lions uniform? Because they're going to have to make room for somebody if they elevate Bohanna, or are they trying to see what they have in Bugs and possibly waive Quinton? My thing is this. Bugs has been inactive for the last 3 games. Quinton hasn't. So it would make me think that Bugs right now would be the odd man out. But very curious to know what you think the reason for both Quinton and Bruce Irvin, and what does that mean for our pass rush? I mean, that means we're going back to a lack of a pass rush. What does that mean? That means our hope at a pass rush, and this is the thing that grinds my gears about this whole situation. It's not really about Bruce Irvin. It's about the fact that if you would have made a move at the trade deadline, then this person would already be on your 53-man roster. You could have cut or waived. As a matter of fact, Julian Okwara, man, he might be a guy that is on the outside looking in very soon. So if you would have done that, then we could have had somebody that we wouldn't have had to worry about elevation, non-elevation, because I want to say that if they have to be very, very kind of cautious of how they do things. It's the same thing with bringing people up from IR, because you only have so many times you can do that. It's 8 per NFL season. And the Lions have used, I want to say, 3 of those. And we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, James Houston. We got Jason Kabenda. Will he come back? Aleem McNeil. If those are 4 right there. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And I'm telling you, man, the Prime 21s is fire. As a matter of fact, I am about to see if they offer some type of sponsorship, because, man, you put these on and you feel like a whole different person. Shout out to Deion Sanders and Blender Eyewear Prime 21s, man. They just released this month, pre-ordered them, and they came here within a week after they were shipped. So let me know what you think of the Prime 21s, and leave your thoughts on what you think is going on with Bruce Irvin and Quinton Bohanna. You guys are awesome. Take care of yourself. And as always, go Lions.